Hey guys, Will here. This episode that's coming out today is not going to be like the typical It's Been 2 weeks episode where we're keeping up with current events or anything of that sort. Unfortunately, I've been sick and we weren't able to get together in time to record for a release this Wednesday. So I opted to pull out a recording that I did of an interview with my friend Benji and release it just to have something for you guys to listen to. I originally did think about doing something like this, releasing interviews with people and stuff like that. So if you guys like it, let me know. I'll try to do some more of this stuff. If not, it's okay. But for now, here's an interview with Benji. All right, guys, welcome to, I don't have a name for it, but yeah, my name is Will, and today I'm joined by Benji.
What's up, guys? This is Benji.
Yeah, let's just get into it. Something that I totally forgot to start off with is, like, I realized this, is like, dude, we've known each other for almost 10 years, dude.
Yeah, it's been,
it's
time,
like,
time is like, it's unforgivable, dude.
the sands of time have left you behind, my friend.
Dude, it's scary, dude. Honestly, now it's scary because I mean, I just hit the big like 40s, you know, like,
dude.
And honestly, I don't know if you heard. I just heard, but like time's going faster.
It feels like it's passing by faster because, I mean, shit, it felt like it was only a couple of months ago that the year had started for me. You get me?
Yeah. I mean, like kind of scientifically too. Like, I guess the world is spinning faster now. I heard something like that.
I haven't read on that.
Days are kind of really more shorter. Like, I guess astronomically, I guess, you know. So,
well, what was it? Something was happening where the core was like spinning not as fast or something like that, or some bullshit was happening.
I don't know. I really don't want to get into that because then I get really scared.
I don't want to know about that.
I'm like that kid, like that you know, you mentioned in science class, or like, yeah, our sun doesn't last forever. It's going to explode one day, you know? Yeah. You're just having panic attacks every day after that.
Well, at least you're not like John, who's like, oh, the world's flat, you know, kind of thing.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that's one of the things that I was like thinking about. I was like, dude, like it's so crazy how time fucking went by so fast, and how long we've known each other and how our friendship developed and how it started too. That's another thing too. It's like one of those things that you never expected to happen. I told John that something similar too is like, I never expected to be his friend, and considering how we met at a bar.
Yeah.
You know?
On my birthday. Man.
Exactly. Yeah. That's one of the things that I kind of like mentioned. But yeah, it's just like it's crazy, and then look at where we're at now. Like,
that was actually one of my favorite birthdays ever, man. Just at that bar,
dude. You took over that bar.
Yeah, we took over that bar, man. Everybody like showed up. Remember, by the end, they're just like, "Where are you guys all from?"
Yeah.
And we're like, East LA. And they're like, "Oh, it kind of seems like that." And we're like, "What does that mean?"
There's too many Mexicans here in Hollywood.
Nah, they're cool. That spot is really.
I mean,
like,
they were
scum and villainy, you know.
Yeah, they were getting money from the whole fucking people in there. So.
Oh yeah, we're just building up that bill too. It's awesome.
That shit was crazy though. Like, yeah.
Yeah, the second time around, I'm just like, yeah, no more.
Yeah.
Because I think the first time was before COVID.
Yeah.
And then after that, remember, like, even though like no bar would really request it, like I didn't know that they were still asking for your COVID shots.
The COVID vaccination,
vaccination
stuff. Yeah. It's crazy how I don't even think that we're still 100% back from that sort of like thing. Like that whole fucking almost a whole fucking year of fucking social distancing and fucking businesses being closed down and shit like that.
It feels like forever, but like that, I think everybody like now like just they don't even want to think back on it, you know.
No,
even though it
totally.
Was really
it was a really bad time. And then also like there's a whole fucking like a year where kids basically had to go to school through fucking, you know, fucking iPads and fucking Chromebooks and shit like that.
And then when it came back, they didn't want to go back to school. A lot of people didn't want to go back to work. It was
Well, for the people who didn't want to go back to work to the office setting, I can understand that, dude. Like
it all backfired again now.
Yeah.
Because like companies, like they actually started profiting off of having people working from home.
Yeah.
And now they're just like, no, you need to be like, you know, at the spot now. Back again.
I think it's
like,
all
after
just
a couple of years. There's just like it's just not having you at home is like I guess wasn't working out for them.
It's a fucking like a real estate kind of thing, dude. Because like if a company doesn't need to rent a space out for
I think it's
for an
just
office,
it's a power trip.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
That's
That's another thing
It's
too.
a power
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for.
Well, I mean, it's also a power trip too, because I mean, people want to
Yeah.
have like, you know, managerial people want to make sure to have people in there and shit, want to feel like they're important and you know, fucking boss people around and kind of shit. Yeah, that's just fucking crazy how we went from that to where we're at now, where I feel like we still haven't really 100% recovered from that fucking whole thing, you know, like.
Bro, we're it's just like all the memes that like we always talk about is just like we're just millennials have been through a lot, bro.
It's
like
fucking
a lot.
world-ending event after world-ending event kind of thing, you know.
I mean, even for like people that were born like in the 40s, you know, now and like they saw like they've seen it all as well, but like I don't know how to explain it, but like I guess in our time of age, like we've seen like the world change faster, you know, with everything, which is, dude, we've been through hell. And I'm not even gonna say back, bro.
Because I don't think it's done. It's not over, dude.
Because it's only getting worse and worse.
This is only season 6 of it, dude.
I'll be honest, man. Like, I don't think this climax is ever gonna come back down. You know,
and every
because
season ends with a cliffhanger, dude.
yeah, it's just like it's just fucking getting worse and worse. You know, it's just like what the fuck is next? You know, fuck. Well, at least for like us living on this little planet called Earth, you know.
And it's like, I'm also not to kind of get like a pity party started or anything of that sort, but it is true though. Like millennials have seen a lot of like fucking world
that's what we have.
events.
I mean, the only good thing you could say is like we have really strong backbones, you know, because we're kind of used to it, you know. But I guess different generations just handle it differently. I mean, I'm not trying to like majorize it either, you know, but like it's true. Like everybody has gone through, you know, their whole experience of time and history, and that's just how you learn, you know, and that's how you
definitely.
It's just like, you know, that one lady who just has an abusive spouse, you know, you just kind of grow numb to it, you know.
Well, I mean, that's another thing too, though, because like I mean, I feel like
sometimes you can reach out for help, but majority like,
you never do. You're just like,
you never fucking do.
It's gonna change. He's gonna change.
Fuck.
That's fucked up.
Just bathe in the toxicity.
Yeah. But it is one of those things where like I feel like a lot of our generation has like slowly kind of become numb to a lot of like big events and stuff like that because we've seen it for so long. Like we saw it with fucking Y2K, we saw it with 9/11, the fucking the war on Iraq, all these fucking things.
We're basically born like what was it, like literally like during the Cold War almost, right? Like
towards the end of it, towards the end of the Cold War, yeah.
And like even after that, like we've been through what is it like Operation Desert whatever with Clinton. You know, we've been through crazy ass presidencies with like that happening at that time. You know what? That's what's crazy. Like a lot of people don't know that a lot of crazy shit has happened like through ages, you know, with our presidencies and our like democracy and like just politics in general. But like now it's just like in your fucking face, dude.
Definitely.
Like you don't even have to apologize for this shit, dog. Eat it. Here's the fucking spoon, you know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like the little baby, you know, here it comes.
It's all fucking Clockwork Orange. They have you strapped down to a chair and just fucking feeding it to you.
It
and
is,
shit.
man.
It really does. It really does feel like that. And I mean, it not only does it feel like that, it actually is like that. Like all of this information is being shoved to you. Like you can't really get away from it, and I can't help but feel like that's kind of like a tactic to kind of desensitize people into just like allowing for this stuff.
It's
to
always
happen.
been fear, bro. Like we get it, you know.
Yeah.
But now it's just like the way they're experiencing. I don't know if it's an experiment or not, but like just the way they're doing it now, you know. Like I mean, it's just it's crazy. Like even back then, like seeing like what's happened in the 1930s and like fuck, man, like seeing it in a modern era, you would have never thought this kind of shit would be happening here in the States, you know, and like it's insane. How do you even get up in the morning nowadays, you know, and like fucking
and feel
put
like
a
you're like
smile on that fucking face. Yeah, I feel like, you know, as sad as the references I always say, you know, that scene in the Joker, the first one, not the shitty second movie, where he's holding his fucking like his mouth to try to smile and shit. That's America. This is America. You know, Donald Glover. Not Donald Glover. Oh my God, I was saying.
Childish Gambino. That's his, like his stage name for his music.
Is it? It's not.
It's Donald Glover, but it's just like Childish Gambino is like.
So I was right. That is his name.
It's his stage name for the music that he does essentially.
And it's a great fucking like song, dude.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
It's so fucking it's the truth.
And he's basically dressed up like fucking like, you know, like the racist depictions of black people back in the fucking, you know, slavery times.
Everything about that.
Everything about that whole
especially putting it in like a music video. That was amazing.
A catchy song that fucking literally talks about the shit that's like, you know, that's going down in America, and it's like everyone's dancing to it and shit, you know. It's like it's fucking wild, but only in this world can we do something like that, you know? I want to get more into your life, just like so that the audience can kind of like have an understanding of who you are and everything like that. You've already disclosed that you live in East LA. I want to know more about like what was your kind of like your upbringing in your life.
Well, I mean, I was born here in LA. Of course, I'm the last child of my family. I grew up with two older sisters, which is why, you know, I do the things that I do sometimes, you know, kind of always defending myself because, you know, my dad was in the Mexican military. He came over here legally, you know, to start a better life. And then he eventually brought my mom over, and like they had my two sisters, and then they had me. Both parents were having they were going to separate. And like, obviously I was the one who saved their like marriage.
You were the savior of the marriage.
I was the outcome of it, you know, like after them actually like getting their stuff together, you know, like, I mean, I've had that whole like outcome of life, like just I don't know. I mean, the way to explain it to me is just like no filter, kind of, you know, like that's why I basically drop an F-bomb in like every sentence just because I grew up watching like horror movies and stuff like that, like as a child, because like my sister worked at a video store, which I have mentioned like in our other podcast, and you know, like I grew up a lot on like film. I was inspired by music a lot by my older sisters, you know. It's not all like fucking like they say sunshines and rainbows. Is that I don't know if that's the quote, but yeah, our family has I can't really say if it's really considered like a broken home, but like I would say it's more like a really old, like traditional, like Mexican family, you know, and like a lot of the like kind of like lifestyles of other people that like I mentioned, the way I grew up is like, oh, that's crazy, you know, because I seen a lot of shit happen here, living and growing up in East LA, you know, like I've been through a lot, you know. As a kid, like I had a lot of problems, like school. I know this is gonna sound like weird, but like you can tell from the get-go, like everything's built like in a kind of prison infrastructure way, you know? Even as a kid, like I always wanted to just phase out of that, just because fuck authority, you know? Like, you know, well, I mean, like there was. I'm not trying to sound like all edgy either. It's just like, you know, as a kid, you know what teachers are good, you know, what you want to choose to actually learn, you know, like what you find entertaining, like what motivates you, you know, what makes you grow as a person, you know. And like it was really hard for me, like just growing up and like just trying to find that person that I originally am, you know, in other people's eyes. I had a lot of trouble. Like I almost got into a gang when I was in like 3rd or 4th grade in elementary school, you know, and like I always tell the story is like we were watching like all those cholo movies back then, and like that's just what we wanted to be. Even though like those stories, I guess we didn't understand.
But I mean, like that's one of those things where like you live in that culture. You get me? You live in that environment, so you end up kind of like normalizing it, thinking that it's a good thing to be a part of this sort of thing. You get me?
Yeah, because you discover like tribalism.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
like you're accepted by like all these other older people and guys, you know, even though some of them would treat you like fucking dog shit, you know, and like eventually that's just like what you kind of, that's what you hold, you know. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, oh, like they talk like all this mad shit about like, why the fuck are you in a gang? Well, because you don't understand like where you're growing up or how society has made it for you to actually like become that type of person,
or
you
how
know?
society allowed, like, basically failed to acknowledge the problem and then allowed these gangs to easily fucking prop themselves up. That's
and
another thing.
it's just like I don't know if you ever read the book The Black Hand. It's basically American Me, and it's basically about what did the prison system do to these people that they would separate and segregate these like minorities. They created their own gangs and organizations.
Yeah.
Why? Because you guys fucking made it that, you know? It's like, what else do you think was going to help? You think humans are going to just literally just stay quiet and just fucking not do nothing? Especially when like you're like, what is it called? Solitary like
confinement and shit
confinement.
like that too. Yeah, like what the fuck do you expect
You're
it
just
to happen?
fucking people up even more.
Yeah.
And you're basically, what do you give them? Oh, let's give them heavyweights. Let's make them stronger in there, you know? Oh, let's just have them all kick it with their own races.
Yeah.
You know? Obviously, they didn't want you to do that, but that's all you can fucking do. That's all you have.
Yeah, it's like
and then when you get released out of prison, what the fuck happens? That's all you know.
You hear about people how they just want to go back to prison because it's comfort. It's what they know.
And
it's like,
that's how I see it. Like growing up in like, you know, like in the barrio, you know, like in the hood, and you know. And like the 90s were fucking brutal. Like I talk about that shit all the time, you know.
Fuck yeah, they were.
And what got me out of fucking eventually even like wanting to ever be a gang is there was massive shootings here all the time. Like drive-bys, you know, gang violence, and like you never like see it. Like you just think, you know, oh well your homies are all gonna have your back, you know, you're all gonna be a family, you know, and like no, that's not how it works, you know. Like everybody's just out there just fighting for a fucking piece of land that's not even yours, like the mom says in Blood and Blood Out, you know, like for a fucking piece of land, you know, or dirt that's not even fucking yours. Like it's, you know, it's, well, the story I was going to is like there's a shooting, right? You hear it, and I tell this story to everybody, man. I'm pretty sure I'm like the Kevin Smith of just hearing about the heart attack, like kind of like his heart attack, and just, you know, like repeat myself. But yeah, and my dad tells me to get on the ground, and like I was just playing out in the yard, and like you see my dad like run to the corner after you hear the gunshots, and my dad just comes back running, and he's like, "Come here," he's like, "Come over here, like I want to fucking show you something," you know. And I was just like, I'm like, hell no. Like, I just heard gunshots, you know? I'm not going to go over there. And, like, he's like, you know, he just started cussing in Spanish. He's like, vente para acá, cabrón. And I was just like, all right, you know? And, like, literally, like, on the corner, like, dude, it was this fucking dude, like, on a, like, obviously he was gang related, you know, or affiliated. And he was literally taking, like, the last gasps of his fucking air. And he was just riddled the fuck up. This part guy's like 6 fucking gunshots in his chest.
Fuck.
Just see, like the fucking, the blood still like he's
still fucking like
in the video games. Where you just see it's just still fucking like overflowing the fucking concrete, and I'm just like, oh my god,
dude, that
and I started crying.
Yeah,
and my dad's just like my dad got all like emotional too. You know, he's like, that's the life you want to live. He's like, that's eventually what's gonna happen to you, you know. And I fucking was just like like
how old were you when you fucking...
I don't even have any recollection, but I know I was like probably in 4th grade already.
Dude, that's
Going in,
something
yeah.
crazy.
Elementary.
Dude. That's fucking traumatic.
I never wanted to hang out with those fucking kids again. Don't, dog. Everyone I tell these stories, oh, well, your dad's a fucking great person. I'm like, yeah, but what about me? I'm all fucked
What about
up.
my
I can
feelings?
replay that shit in my head all day.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And it's like, I mean, that was like the first person I ever fucking saw die in front of me, you know? And you hear like fucking the ambulance coming, you know? We would go and visit my uncle in San Dimas, come back, and they'd close our fucking road down and just have like, you just see blood all over. They literally shotgun like this poor girl who was like, you know, like all gang affiliated in front of our house, and like just crazy shit like that growing up, you know? Drive-bys, literally, like I have survived 3 literal drive-bys in my know, like just living here, because like a car passes by and like they just start shooting fucking everywhere, like fucking, like they're not even, like they don't even aggro, bro. It's just like shooting like fucking cartoons and shit, like in a fucking mafia car or something, you know? And like who's the one that ends up getting
It's always
shot?
a bystander.
It's always
dude.
a fucking bystander or somebody, but like my dad always told me like, oh, just get on the fucking floor whenever you hear like gunshots. And like you hear, when you hear them, you know, they pop fireworks shit all the time. I'm just like, oh, that's a firework, you know.
But
Like,
that's one of the things that like I was talking to John, and basically like nowadays like you kind of play that game where it's like, is it a firework or is it a gunshot? You know?
Yeah.
And that's fucking crazy. And it's like, I think one of the major things about living in that sort of like environment is that ultimately in the end you see it as normal. You get me? Because it's like it's an everyday thing and an everyday occurrence in your life, you know, that you're like, oh, that's just like the average child, like, you know, the living experience and living in such an environment.
You could write it in a book, you could talk about it, but people aren't ever gonna like experience or know how it was just like living here,
yeah.
you know, like it was normalized in a way, you know, and
Yeah, for the
eventually
people-
until something bad happened, like thankfully like nothing really bad happened, you know, in my family. I mean, we were affected by like drugs and like problems, but like it was never like, you know, my dad always wanted the best for us, you know, and of course like he wasn't the dad that would beat us up all the fucking time, but he would, you know, he would fucking discipline our asses.
Yeah.
And to really badly sometimes, you know. He just, I know in his heart, like he even had like he had 3 like small little like fucking, what is it called, diaries for us, and like one of them's a little light blue one and like 2 little pink ones. I have mine's somewhere around here, and my dad would just write about like the times he would hit us. He's like, damn, I saw my kid with like bruises, you know, and like he, like, I don't think my son's ever gonna understand how much that fucking hurt me, like seeing him that way, you know. And like, dude, I remember reading that, like finding those, because you know, fucking kids always looking through their parents' fucking, like, you know, I found like all these portals under his bed and a gun. But like,
What is this
shit?
balloon?
No, not like that. But I found those diaries in his drawer, and I'm like, what the fuck are these? You know, and there's 3 of them, and like, yeah, that hit me hard, man. You know, like, just my dad really loved us. Like he cared about us. You know, like he did everything he can to do what he did, even though like my dad had a drinking problem, you know, throughout his life and shit, you know, and like, and he gave up a couple of times, you know, but like eventually my dad just got really sick, and that's like another story. But like growing up, like it's rough, you know. You have to learn how to like fight too, you know. Like when I got into like high school, well, after that my mom wanted me to go to a private school, and my mom put me in Catholic school, you know, for middle school. And I fucking hated it. Like I dreaded it like every day, because we were born Catholic, you know. It's like they say, you know, I was born Catholic, I'm gonna die Catholic, but you know, I don't practice that shit. I fucking despise like organized religion so fucking much. I hate it like with a passion that you will never understand. You know. I mean, because okay, so like 6th grade, I went to like, you know, and we had like this teacher, and like I hated doing homework, you know, like I just hated, like I had my friends, they were cool and everything, you know, and like I just I didn't cut it. Like I guess I didn't have enough like fucking time and like the credits to like graduate. So like not just that, but they're just like, yeah, we don't want your son here no more, you know. Cause I was growing up, you know, like I was starting to like listen to different types of music. I was the only kid wearing Dr. Martens, you know, with my Catholic school uniform, and you know, like I was talking to a lot of girls at that time, and you know, it's just I was the black sheep, you know, like of the classroom.
It wasn't a strict like boys' school. It was like all
no, it
mixed
was
in.
boys and girls, yeah.
Okay.
And after that, my mom still insisted that I go to private school, you know, so like she just chose a different Catholic school, I guess, you know. That fucking teacher though in 6th grade, the one right here, like she was a bitch, bro. She was young, but like you can tell right away, like just the way she was trying to be strict and everything, like it wasn't working out, you know. Like eventually I found out like she had gotten fired for like leaving a kid out there like in the sun or some shit. Like, a long while back, you know. And then like when you hear those stories, you just like kind of giggle in the back, you know. you're like,
I kind of expected that shit from her.
yeah,
So,
it's just like
it's crazy.
so. I went to another middle school. I had to repeat 6th grade. Fucking teachers were awesome, dude. Like that 6th grade at that Catholic school was so cool. Like I don't know if this teacher, everyone like in the class loved her. She was awesome, very fucking kind. You know, she'd find the greatest ways to like make you like intrigued about like learning, you know, and everything, you know. Like I remember like doing a report like on fucking like velociraptors and like getting like an A, like my first A in class ever, you know. And like I love dinosaurs, you know. So like I remember I drew like this big old like what is it called, panorama, is that what it is, like a board where you just draw. And it was like I was learning to draw at the time, like I was getting pretty like okay with it. And I drew like 3 velociraptors on top of a T-Rex, and they're just like tearing it apart. Like,
God,
yeah, and it's all like, and like they literally like reenacted that like in like I think the Lost World, in the Jurassic World, something like that, where like they're just all the dinosaurs are like actually fighting, which what people want to see, you know. And I was like, I remember when they opened up the poster, they're like, oh, it was like, oh, that's cool.
Violence. That's what people like to see.
When it was like all biting at the neck, and when I was like on top of its back, like it's all swarmed, you know, like Zerg and shit. But yeah, I mean, I did the 3 years there. I did my time, you know. I hated 8th grade, 7th grade. Just we had, you know, when they start like moving you to other teachers to learn like history or science, they started practicing it with like our little classes that way, like 6th, 7th, and 8th. That way we get accustomed to like moving to classes if we proceed like in high school, you know?
Right.
And like we had this awesome science teacher, man, that would just teach us like the shit that you just read about nowadays that like I already knew about just because of him, you know? Just crazy ass facts. He was a scientist, I think. He was also Italian. And like he would just tell us about crazy facts, you know? And he'd always put it into like his method of like teaching, which was, it was awesome. Like I really enjoyed it a lot. After that, I graduated from middle school there, you know, and it wasn't really like, we had our memories, you know, like you had your friends. It was nothing too crazy. Like the highlight of my fucking like school year there was like shooting up a rocket, like building a rocket and actually like fucking it, shooting it behind the church. And it was an X-wing. Like I fucking shot, and the parachute never came down. And like the fucking boom, and like all the 6th and 7th and 8th graders saw it, and they're like, oh, it was like, oh, they want to go like collect the pieces.
Was it like a baking soda and vinegar rocket?
No,
or
it was an actual like
fucking,
fucking, you connect it to a like fucking like a fire, like I don't know what the word for it would be, but like, you know, to 2 wires, and then you have a launch button, and like you would get them at hobby stores.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And like I learned how to like, you have to build the model and everything, though, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, which was cool. And like, yeah, like fucking how fun is that?
Yeah.
But I remember there's just times where I just fuck. Like, I hate just being there because they would take you to church. You have to go mandatorily to
another
church.
thing too. Yeah,
And I hate it. They would force you to sing, you know? It wasn't as bad as like the parents a lot of parents that took like taking their kids there is like they went there and they said that the nuns would beat them up like with rulers. And yet they still chose to put their fucking kids in that school. And like later on you learn, you're like, why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah.
You know? And like, yeah, I mean, to
Stockholm syndrome,
every
you know,
person
kind
to
of
his
thing.
own, you know? Yeah.
That kind of reminds me when I was because I had to do what you call it, I guess you could say Sunday school for like the first communion and the baptisms thing.
Yeah, I had to go through that too.
Yeah, and I remember that it was done at the church that I went to. They had their own private school for that was like under their church.
Yeah.
So we would use the classrooms for that private school on Sundays to do the classes for you know that shit.
Catechism, right?
Yeah. And I just remember that also, like when I was going, because we would ultimately go to church as well, you know, to mass and stuff like that. And I was wondering, like, because I would see the fucking like the altar boys and shit like that, and I'm like, oh, I was like getting indoctrinated in this bullshit, and I'm like, oh, I want to be that too. And eventually, I ended up being a fucking altar boy. And
whoa.
But the thing is, it's like it was during like the time frame when I was like kind of like it was like maybe like the second year, and I was in middle school.
Spit out my water. I'm sorry. Yeah,
it was like
you don't know what's like
exactly
gonna happen later on in the future when the shit's exposed, you know.
And so then it was like my second year of doing that shit because it was 2 years I think that I needed to do of that fucking like Sunday school kind of thing in order for me to like finally get fucking baptized and then have my communion and shit because I wasn't baptized, so I was going for baptism, communion, and then also the confirmation, you know, with the fucking oil and all that stuff. It was like a triple
through the Catholic Church.
Yes. So I was like going through that shit, and yeah, I had to do 2 years of that fucking class bullshit.
Wow.
And then those 2 years, and even a little bit afterwards too. After those 2 years, I was like kind of like I was an altar boy because I decided that I wanted to be one. Whole point is, it's like. I think by the second year, I was kind of already in my head. I was like, "Yeah, this isn't right," you know. Like,
did you have wild ass kids in your class?
There were some,
bro. In my fucking catechism class, I felt sorry for that teacher, dude. She was like some like lady, like this old señora.
Yeah,
and like these kids just would not shut the fuck up, dude. They were wild as fucking animals in there, bro.
Yeah.
And like, dude, I only did like 3 classes of that. And like, dude, I'm pretty sure she was just like, oh, fucking just check all these fucking turds off and
get
shit.
The fuck out of here.
Just get out of my fucking class, you know? And like, yeah, I did my little fucking, I got all my recognition through that.
Yeah, that's something that like there were some wild kids, but no, I don't think it was that bad to the point where it was
bad,
like,
bro.
Nah.
Like I was like fucking quiet in there, and I'm just like, damn, dude, like. Someone does need to shut these kids up, man. Like, they're fucking loud and annoying, you know? Like, you just couldn't have them fucking stay or shut up, dude. Like, it was crazy, man.
I don't think they took it as serious as they would if it was like a regular school or something like that.
They just did not want to be there, you know?
I mean, nobody wants to be there.
Yeah.
Like, let's just be real about it, you know? Or at least I think that nobody wants to be there. Because, I mean, why would you want to just hear about someone talking to you about how like fucking Jesus went and did this and that, you know, you get me? Like, especially if you're questioning the religion itself, you know, because like I'm telling you, like by the second year I was like, I don't know about this, you know.
It's crazy because when like we were in middle school, like Jesus Christ was in our history books.
No way.
Like
it makes sense.
And then I'm just like, it's wow, it's just wild to me. I'm just like, as you grow older, you know. Because like,
wait, were they presenting?
They make you think that he is an actual legit real fucking person, you know, and it like they had timelines and shit, you know, which would make more sense, you know, to like publish some like that information, but
like I'm not surprised that they put religious aspects into their teachings, but was it like them putting like Jesus
in our history books?
No, but like where
you're learning about fucking Hitler later on in World War II, and it's just like, where's Jesus now? Like, bring back this fucking mate, you know, this wizard, man. Like we need him. Fuck no, dude. It's crazy. Like it's what's the fucking word, man? It's abysmal. You know, there is no fucking proof at all. Like scientifically, you know, that this man existed. You know, there's publishings of his stories, but like there's also Tolkien, fucking Lord of the Rings. You know, and I'm.
On the topic of that,
Gandalf was in our fucking textbooks, you know? But I wish he was, because when I picked up those books, I'm like, fuck, this is way better.
do you think that there could have been a man named Jesus that existed and probably was more of a fucking like a radical?
Of course, it could have happened, you know?
But now, I don't believe the whole magical shit that supposedly he did or anything of that sort. I do believe that there probably was like a man who was like the politician that actually wants to like work for the people and kind of thing, that actually did things for the people, et cetera, et cetera. You get me, kind of thing?
Yeah, but this is the thing about it. There is no fucking proof.
Yeah.
There's no proof. There's relics and artifacts. That doesn't mean shit. And look, I'm not trying to be like that fucking person either, you know? Like, because, I mean, I have my beliefs, but like, come on, you know? When you really fucking put it that way, I mean...
Well, at least for the Christian gospel, that shit's
just,
like fucking like... That shit's all like basically at this point hearsay.
Dude, respect to everybody like who believes, you know, like religiously what they believe in, you know? Like I'm not trying to like shit on that either, you know, because whatever you find, like,
I mean, if it
makes
works
you
for
happy,
you, it works for you.
It works for you, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know, it helps people.
As long as you're not hating on other people, it's all.
Oh my God, that's why. That's like I said earlier. Like I'm not gonna repeat myself. It's just like they built these infrastructures, you know, to fucking demonize everybody, you know, and it's all for what is it? It's not for what Jesus or God thinks about you. It's for fucking money.
Yeah.
And power.
Exactly.
And sometimes it's even fucking worse than that. You know, it's war. You know how many people died during the fucking Crusades, dude? And it was all because of fucking religion.
Yeah.
You know how many people were fucking drowned, sacrificed, tortured, killed just because you didn't fucking believe what they believed in?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that. I don't want that shit on my fucking life ever, bro. Ever. People don't even like in history with being Jewish. Look what that leads to.
Yeah. I mean, we seen it fucking happen, you know. I was actually what I was gonna bring up is that how, you know, with after like everything that happened with 9/11 and everything like that, how there was like a lot of Islamophobia and stuff like that, and how everyone in the Western world was criticizing people in the Middle East and stuff like that about how their religion is all fucking fundamentalism and stuff like that, and then we're looking at something similar happening right now with Christian fundamentalism right now as well.
Oh my God, bro.
And it's like, where's the criticism in that?
It's crazy that the world that we're living in is just fucking, I don't know. These systems are just, honestly, the way I see it is they just want us back to like fucking, you know, not knowing what we know.
I mean, it's like knowledge is power.
Exactly.
And so then if you keep everyone ignorant and just fucking blissful on fucking, I mean, like in the Matrix,
like
kind of style,
banning history, bro?
Yeah.
Like, I swear, dude.
I don't.
What is wrong with you? Like, what do you want us reading? Like fucking Harry Potter for the rest of our lives? Like, what the fuck's going on? Like, could someone really just sit there and like actually think how fucking bad it's getting?
Yeah, dude.
It's getting back to what I mentioned earlier. Reading was illegal back then.
Yeah.
Which what I had mentioned is why fucking a lot of the depictions of hell comes from what?
From the people of power, the one who like all the
from
fucking...
a guy who was in prison and started talking about like fucking the rings of hell.
It's all fucking like basic. That's what I was saying.
Because
it's all hearsay.
You know who he was mentioning? What that really depicted, like all those fucking circles of hell? The fucking church. The guy was stripped from his fucking family just because he was writing and like reading books. And that's how Dante's Inferno fucking became a thing, you know? And what does the Catholic Church use till this day? They use all those fucking. This is where you're going. I'm like, no, that's what he wrote to talk shit about what you're doing and you did to him, bro. And he did a way better fucking job at it than what you did. You know, it's just like it's fucking crazy.
That's the other thing too, though. So like, okay, like talking about religion and about the devil and all that stuff, or Satan in particular. Christians like to portray, or even like a lot of those religions end up portraying Satan like being the master of hell and stuff like that, like being the one that perpetrates all of this, like, or the one who's the ruler of hell. But in reality, he's technically not the ruler of it. He's a prisoner in there as well. Because like we're all like, or all the sinners are supposed.
I love reading on like angels and like all of that whole like it really like the story of like what basically is the morning star, which is Lucifer, is he was just an angel who kind of like just thought outside the box, you know?
Yeah.
And I guess he was God's favorite angel. How the fuck is he like? How is God playing favoritism? You know, like the whole time.
There's a lot of stuff.
But eventually, you know, like I guess I'm just gonna rebel against like everything like that my creator, you know, or like fucking what do you call created and like do my own, you know, which is awesome because that's what everybody does in history, you know. So like I guess who is it? Saint Michael, right? The one who basically fights Lucifer and he descends him into hell.
I think so. I don't remember.
San Miguel, yeah. So
yeah.
I mean, it's a great story. It's awesome. It's probably like the best part, you know, besides Revelations, you know, like I mean, the first book is really good too, you know, the Old Testament, you know?
Yeah.
And then the New Testament is just like fucking completely like who wrote this? Like it wasn't the same author, you know? Like
well, the New Testament is supposed to be what Jesus told like his apostates, right?
Yeah.
And then the apostates are supposed to spread that word all across the world, right? And they're not supposed to write it down or anything of that sort because they're being persecuted by what was it the
Romans and everybody,
and
just
stuff, right? everybody. So like it's
I mean
passed.
even Judaism and stuff, you know. Because
yeah. So like it's like so even just on that premise by itself,
just religion fighting on religions and like cultures fighting on whose God has a bigger dick, you know?
Yeah,
like
pretty much. That's what it is. And then, like the irony about it too, also like with fucking Islam as well, is like they're both literally, and even Judaism, they're all fucking literally like they all revere the same fucking God.
That's the crazy part about though, like religion, especially Christianity, like it's fucking ruined so many like beautiful fucking cultures. Even the Vikings, bro, like they were dude. Eventually the Christians were like, dude, they are fucking literally like just killing all of our fucking people. Like they're literally zerging all of our fucking temples and everything. So, you know, they eventually tricked a couple of fucking Vikings and like they found it made them interested in like their beliefs. Not that they became Christian, because those motherfuckers were like fucking just what is it like just
I mean they were considered
like,
barbarians essentially.
They're barbarians, yeah. Like they were just they're fucking, you know, like just destroy everybody, kill, assassin, raped, you know, like it's, you know, that's why everybody thinks like and eventually they had to fucking find a better way of how fighting them because, dude, they're just, like I said, they're just destroying everything, taking it for themselves, you know? That's what their beliefs were.
Yeah.
You know? But they have their beliefs. Like you call it Norse mythology, but that's what they believed in.
Yeah,
why is that
exactly.
called mythology?
Yeah.
That was their beliefs. That's why I always like just trip out, you
and
know?
the same thing with like fucking
why don't you call it like Christianity why can't you just call it like Christian mythology?
Yeah.
Oh no. Scientology. Why don't you? Oh fuck, that's a story for another day.
No lie. As I was like by the fucking convention center, because there's a station down there waiting for the train, and on that station across from it, there was a fucking alien church, dog.
A what?
An alien church.
Oh really?
From what I could gather from like.
I think I had heard of it. Yeah.
I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think I've heard about it. It has like a big alien, and like these crazy glowing.
It is dressed. Yeah. It's dressed in fucking like it has
Jesus?
a crown of thorns on its fucking
my
head.
goodness.
Dude, I'm tripping out because I saw this shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this, dude?
They're going all fucking.
And then I fucking
Prometheus with it.
I dug in a little bit more into it. I was like, I kind of want to go just to see what the fuck is going on
That's
here.
what it is.
That's
though.
what it is.
That's what it is.
I was like, they're trying to pique your interest and see if they can get you
They
in
just
the
lock
door.
the doors behind
Right?
you. Just
Imagine.
throw Scientology fucking books. Sell these.
It's gonna be.
Shit.
It's gonna be like that fucking the 3-body problem thing, where that one cult that was like working with the aliens that are trying to come over and take over the planet and shit.
Oh yeah.
Good God. No, but that's just that's fucking crazy though. Like the fact that like how the impact that religion has overall in like majority of government systems. It's in the inspiration of how to like create laws and stuff like that. The morality.
Yeah. Even fucking. I was just telling my friend because he just came back from Utah and he drops off our oil at our company, right? And he's like, I just came back from Utah. I was like 100 and like, what do you say, like 13 degrees out there? I'm like, God dang it. And I'm like, yeah, that's the Mormon state. And he's he's like, oh yeah, dude, there's just nothing but Mormons over there, huh? And I'm like, yeah, shit, dude. And I was just having that conversation with him, and he's like, yeah, one of my relatives tried moving over there, and like they couldn't find any work nowhere until eventually like he joined Mormonism, and they found him a job, they found him a house, like they did. I'm like, dude, that whole state is run by Mormons. That's basically how they have their control. You know, it's obviously gatekeeping. You know, like, but I don't know. I don't know if it's like that. That's just what he told me. How I think eventually his relative found. And I'm like, does he really practice? He's like, nah, he doesn't even like. You know, I'm like, he just pretends. And they're like, oh fuck.
He's just trying to get him in.
He's trying to get fucking.
He's
trying to get paid.
Yeah.
And he's like, they even tax your money, like the Mormon Church and like the state. They tax you for working there. And
that's fucking crazy, dude.
I'm like, no wonder why. You know.
Well, I mean, that's the only way that they can keep themselves afloat. Basically, like you're. I mean, that's what like tithing is too, as well, in fucking Christian churches and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah, it's nuts, dude. It's nuts.
What was it? It's like it's supposed to be like 10% of your income to go to the church.
Some shit like that.
Yeah, that's fucking.
I think it's like 8 or 10%, something like that. He had told me.
That's ridiculous, dude.
Fuck, bro.
Imagine for something
if
that
I don't have to pay the fucking big man already, you know, the government, like shit. Now I have to pay for what's keeping me fucking, you know. I guess what would you say? Just holy? Like
I mean, look, I'm not gonna shit on that system.
Am I not gonna go to heaven if I don't pay?
I'm not gonna shit on the system because I mean, it is a fucking gate-kept system. Because I mean, like, if you're not part of the Mormon Church, you don't get hired, you don't make money.
Segregation,
and
bro.
It's
That's all it really is.
But in a sense, though, you are protecting your community and ensuring that the people that are part of that community are thriving within that community. You get me? I mean, even like,
would you call it a community or would you call it a cult?
I mean, it's a cult. But I mean, like the system that they have in place. So that's what I'm trying to like. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to separate it from like the church. In the same way that unions exist. You get me? Like that.
Definitely.
It's that sort of system has shown that it's efficient at making sure that people are constantly having, you know, they have good rights, or at least they're living comfortably. They're not being fucking, you know, well, I mean, depending on the person who's in power, they can be abused or they cannot be abused. But you get me? Like. But it's an efficient system at making sure that one, the institution runs, and two, that the people in there are constantly, you know, providing the money, and that they can provide money for themselves, kind of thing. You get me? At least that's the way that I see it. But it just depends on where that money's going, you know?
Well, they basically build like unbreakable like system, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what it is, because when it's like something as big as like that organized religion, then you have no choice.
Yeah.
And like, of course, that's the way I see it, because a lot of people, I'm pretty sure they just join. I'm sure they're not all real true Mormons, you know? I mean, you have to just dip into it, you know,
Yeah.
because you want to just live a fucking life.
Do you think they're living like a better life than, say, like in comparison to here in California?
Fuck. I mean, just the thought of thinking about that upsets me so much, and like I feel sick, you know? Like I don't know, I'm just too much of a free thinker, you know? Like I don't think anybody or anything should ever oppress anyone.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
From living your life under some type of fucking belief. You know, of course, there's got to be rules in life, but humanely, everybody understands that and should know that. But it's not easy, you know. Like everybody's brought up differently, which is crazy.
Everyone has a different lived experience, and then also,
it's just like I said about growing up. You know, like if you're born into it, then you're doomed from the beginning.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it's not your fault. It's, you know. It's whose fault is it then? You know, fuck.
It's religion's fault.
I mean, religion's just a word, bro.
Oh my god!
All it takes is one person to go up in that podium, man, and make the best fucking speech of their lives.
To be just charismatic enough to fucking like
make
woo
you
the
believe
people. Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
They'll make you
definitely.
fucking believe that I could turn this fucking Gatorade into beer, you know? Or I know it's the worst. Like, or, you know.
Watch me turn these electrolytes
or
into
an
alcohol.
alien is fucking coming to
Yeah.
pick us up, you
Yeah.
know, because the world is ending.
Yeah.
Like, shit like that. It's dangerous,
Well, I mean, that's
man.
that's another thing too. Like Christianity is all about it's an apocalyptic cult, isn't it? Because that's all they talk about, the end of times. And this is going to be the end of times. They're coming. It's coming. Oh, it's going to happen soon. Oh, wait, no, just a little bit more.
Vengeful fucking God for sure, you know? Man, like, dude who lets his fucking his son die up on a fucking piece of wood and be tortured like that? Like,
Dude, I still can't wrap my head around the fact that Jesus is both God and his own son.
The Holy Trinity, yeah. And you know
like,
what's
I
crazy
don't understand how that fucking works.
I remember asking this question, like, back in my time when I was learning about Jesus Christ, when he's actually put up there on the wooden cross, and his last words was "Lama sabachthani," which means "God, why have you forsaken me?" And I guess I don't know if they added this or if it's actually always has originally been in the New Testament, but it says, I will be with you in paradise. Like that I don't know if they added that, but I guess those were his actual last words. Like, oh, wait. You know? No, that wasn't what Jesus said in his last words, you know? It's like, oh, fucking, it's just edit all the fucking books for now on, you know? Like,
because isn't it supposedly that he's talking to one of the two, because he was crucified with two other
bro,
people.
how does that sound to you, dog? When he says, why have you forsaken me? I was even confused in class. I'm like, why doesn't God come out of the fucking clouds and, like, you know, save his son?
Yeah.
From the fucking, it was the Romans, right? Yeah, that sacrificed him. Yeah. But it was basically the Jewish.
Well, it's just like the Jewish.
The Jews, the ones who were claiming that he was being a false god.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And lying, and like, you know, they sent him to persecution.
And then because, like, I mean, like the fucking
even the Roman king, I forgot what his name was. He's like
Pontius something, I think.
My dad would always say this shit. I wash my hands from like this, like, and I just hand them up to you.
Yeah.
You know? You could use like the Roman soldiers, but his death's not on me.
Well, that's the thing is, like, weren't the Romans using like a fucking direct democracy? Where, like, if the people decided that this was what they wanted, so, like, it was, like, and the majority of the people were, like, voting that they wanted him dead. So, like,
the organized, kind of, like, rich, you know?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I mean, from what they kind of, like, the way they make it seem, you know? I mean, everybody's seen Passion of the Christ,
yeah,
you know?
but I mean, like, there was clearly...
That's kind of basically how it went down.
There was clearly an organized group that wanted him dead, and then they coerced or basically convinced the regular people to vote yes to kill Jesus Christ, right? And all that stuff. And then fucking the Caesar was, or whatever, fucking, he was just like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just doing what you guys are telling me to do, but I I don't see any reason to kill this guy, you know?
Yeah.
Because he had committed no crime or anything of that sort, other than just basically helping the people out, right? And so yeah, so it's like that's it. I don't
Basically,
know.
they always just had to agree with what all the people were writing about because he's like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
here we go.
Like, here we go,
I
man.
don't want this revolution shit. You know, these guys are pretty fucking organized.
But yeah, that's one of the things that I was like thinking about. It's like, okay, like suppose like, because I mean, didn't they fucking sacrifice animals to supposedly get rid of sin and shit like that? Like the
yeah,
offering,
like the lambs, they would offer
Yeah.
sacrifice lambs.
it was all
you
to
know?
get rid of sin, and then supposedly the whole reason why Jesus was sent was because there was too much sin. So then Jesus needed to sacrifice himself to be the ultimate sacrifice and get rid of all the
Well,
sin.
I mean, look what happened when they're looking for fucking Christ. They're killing all the fucking all the kids that were born around
Yeah,
the
was it?
same
'Cause
age.
it was like a prophecy
They
or something
fucking
like that,
slaughtered
yeah.
all of those fucking innocent kids, bro. Babies. That shit sounds metal as fuck, bro. Sounds like a Cannibal Corpse song, you know? Yeah, that's kind of sort of how I think the New Testament starts, because it's the three kings and like they're I guess something happens where an angel shows up and they say that you're gonna be to Mary, and then they're just in hiding after, because they find out that the Son of God's being born.
Yeah.
So like they're just literally on
There's-
the fucking move, bro.
There's like rich
Yeah,
interests
they're
trying
on
to
the
fucking
move
yeah.
because they find out about it. Everybody finds out about it, you know. And the good people are trying to gift them stuff, and other people are just fucking slaughtering everybody, just fucking insane. But I mean, that's how those days were back then, you know. Like it was.
Can you
I can't say
imagine
though.
being Joseph and like finding out that your quote unquote virgin wife is pregnant with another man's like kid?
I mean, shit, who knows, man? I mean, if you're not getting busy, you know, with your wife, and then like she ends up preggo, you're just like, what? Wait, what? Like, what are you- But that's what happens though. Somebody comes and talks down to Joseph, I believe. An angel does.
Yeah, that's how.
That's how he's
I
like,
think
oh,
that's.
all right. Yeah, I
and
guess
he's
it's
like,
cool.
okay, cool.
You know, you just fucking impregnated my wife. Oh shit! Now they're fucking hunting us. Let's go on the fucking move with
Yeah.
the burro. And like it's, I know it sounds fucking.
It just sounds absurd, dude. I just don't understand how you can.
It's
read
just
that.
a story, though. You know, like
Yeah.
that's. I mean, that's just how.
But that's how fictional it is.
Yeah.
You get me? Like it sounds so like you have to suspend disbelief just to like make it like allow it to make sense.
yeah, but it's entertaining. You know, like you
Oh,
can't-
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like when you read it, it's like it's fucking
a great book,
Yeah.
dude. You know, it just puts you in a place of being in that time frame, you know, and being like, oh, like I can understand this now, you know, when Jesus, you know, there's no like food or whatever, he turned water into wine, you know, and like back then, people, you know, and then I turn into a preacher and I'll just explain how hard it was to find food back then, you know, be in those shoes. Now give me your money. You know?
Good God, dude.
I need more.
Yeah. Or then you have like pastors that telling their followers like,
bring
oh,
me one of those kids too. Not kidding. Fuck.
I shouldn't be working. You guys should be paying for all my
man.
bills. I should be having a fucking private jet. Do you want me to be fucking like riding the plane with all these devils?
What's sad about that shit is a lot of those people are just hardworking fucking blue collar.
That's the fucked up part about it, dude.
You know, and they're just all they want is that fucking ray of hope.
Yeah.
You know, and just those teachings that like help them get through life, which is completely fucking manipulation, dude. You know.
Definitely.
And that's sad to think about, but I mean, what they have, it's something that like people just, I know people like talk shit about it, you know, but it's just, it sucks. Like I'm not trying to put like anybody down, but it's just, you know, like why can't you just donate like whatever you can, you know, then actually having somebody take fucking money out of your actual fucking bank account. you
Yeah.
know? It's nuts, bro. It is fucking. I can't think of. I mean, I would understand why they would do it, because I understand it, but like, to just think about that concept, it's fucking crazy.
And the crazy thing too, also, because like, I mean, I think they even like, I think it's even mentioned in some passages, like, give unto the Caesar what is to the Caesar, and give unto God what is to God. So meaning like partition your, like, pay your taxes, but also you have to pay. Dude, that's fucking crazy, dude.
Didn't Jesus say to turn the other cheek? What cheek was he talking about? Damn.
No, but I mean, like, it's fucking, dude. Like, I understand how hopeful, or how something like that can give you hope.
It's a fucking great, amazing story, man, and it has a lot of values in it.
Yeah,
it has a lot of like heart.
Yeah,
like the story, but
how easy it is to like fucking take that and just fucking brainwash
I still don't
people.
understand how easy it is for people to just get. I mean, I know, like, for me, I laugh about it and I'll joke about it, but like, you can't like break it down for other people. Like I said, they just don't. They don't have that. It's not that they don't have the mentality. It's just they're just not educated, because they're either born into it, or they're just in completely like delusional. As sad as it sounds, as sad to say, And I'm talking about like the organized church part about it, like religion, because if you just pick up a Bible, you read it, you believe in it, dude, Godspeed, good for you.
But even then, I don't even think I don't think if you were to just read the Bible, you would fucking like be indoctrinated into going into a church or something like that. You get me? That takes. I think that ultimately takes influence from another person who's part of that established, place in order for you to come into that place.
Definitely, man.
Because I think you can read the Bible objectively and just from beginning to end, and probably like not necessarily.
That would be an amazing project. Like, just bring somebody else that just has no, like just knows how to read some sort of literature, and just hand him a fucking Bible.
Yeah.
And just see how it molds him, like, just learning off of that, his whole life. I'm not trying to like say somebody.
No.
But like, see
I totally
what it does,
you know,
because
what was it? I think there's a big I don't want to say idea, but there's like kind of like this thought that if you read the Bible, then you need to be part of a cult unit, or be part of a church and stuff like that. And I remember, because when I used to work in construction, the people that I used to work with, majority of them were all part of a church, and they would all go to the same church, or they were, or some of them were going to a church that was affiliated with the church that like they all knew each other, because of like the churches were all like fucking kind of grouped up. There was one of them who used to go to the church, and he stopped going for personal reasons. He never explained why or anything of that sort. But he was like, I read the Bible every day. Like I read it and stuff like that. And I told him, like, well, I mean, like, look, dude, you, for the most part, from what I can see from what you do, you seem to be a really good person. Like, you, like, do not look to harm people. You look to help people no matter what the circumstance. And I tell him, is like, I don't think you need to go to church to justify yourself or what you're doing, or your relationship, your relationship to God. It's like, you don't need a church to have a relationship with God.
Be private about it.
Yeah.
You don't need this tribalism, you know, this organization, taking advantage of you. I'm not saying that they don't speak the word of God in a good way, because they do an amazing job at it,
Yeah.
But like the way it just,
the way it tends to work out is that like a lot of the pastors just end up, you know, that's why we have Luz del Mundo and shit like that, or that fucking other.
You give too much power to one person. And what is that person doing? All he's doing is just breaking it down to you, what this book is trying to tell you.
He's giving you his opinion on the book. Actually, he's not even fucking. He's not neutral about it.
What ends up happening, and with all those skeletons in the closet
Yeah.
is fucking disgusting, man. You know,
It's
and it happens the majority of the time.
It
you
happens
know?
too often. That's the thing.
The majority of the time with organized religion.
It's I don't know, man.
But,
That's
yeah, I
fucking
mean,
absurd.
That part was like what kind of like just was kind of why I brought up like just hating like going to Catholic school, you know, like eventually I ended up going to, my mom still wanted me to go to a private high school after junior high, and that just didn't work out either, because I don't know if I already said, but it was an all boy Catholic school.
Wait, you were going to go to high school, or you were going to
High
go
school
to high school? That was going to be after junior high. That was going to be an all boy Catholic school.
Yeah, I even went to the intercession like right before you start high school just to get started.
Yeah,
and like that's when I was introduced to like football, you know, like in junior high. So like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get into like football and Salesian. I heard at school, and like I even went to like Hell Week, and like I already had signed up for it, you know, and we're already like jogging and just doing everything, and like and then the day came where people were just tying us that like the seniors there, like there was no seniors there when we went in intercession, of course, because this was just for people who are going to the summer school, or they're prepping them to go to that high school. And when I actually started that school, like they were just they give you the introduction of the school and its values, and they ended up bringing up a day of, it's called I guess like, I don't know, freshman something, Hayes Day, or that's not what it's called, but like that's basically what it was. Where they let the seniors do whatever, basically do anything
to the freshmen.
And the school is basically telling you this, like, not to like take it personal, and like
it's just part of our culture.
I'm just like, what the fuck is this, dazed and confused, or like what's going on, you know? And like I remember so I was in school, everything was like, it was all right, you know, and like I didn't like it. Like the teachers were just fucking strict and stupid, you know, just trying to do everything like in the most fucking machismo way, and I don't know how to say it in English, like masochist, right? Or like not
just straight up like toxic masculinity,
maybe. Yeah. Like basically just trying to like
people trying to assert dominance over other people and
over
shit
the
like
kids
that.
And shit like that, like especially when you're not doing a good job, like, you know,
giving
like,
away Limp Biscuits and stuff like that.
Wow. So what ended up happening is like one day I was in the fucking, like a bunch of the dudes from my last junior high, I was like kind of cool with them. We would hang out, you know, like I was in the lunchroom and like I was getting my food and shit, and like these three fucking goons like basically like slapped the food out of my tray, like fucking Spider-Man movie, I guess. I don't know, like any like high school like fucking
Flash Thompson.
Pick on
what was his name? Flash.
I was a pretty big dude too, so like I was just kind of like, well, I mean, I was kind of wondering like why would they fucking like do this, you know? So like, and like I was already like fucking over it, you know? So like I look at the big fucking like bully goon, you know, and I'm just like pick my shit up, you know, like. And I was just like, I was in his face, you know, like, you pick that shit up, like, right now. And, like, dude, like, everybody, like, the staff and everybody was looking. Nobody fucking, not even my friends had my fucking back. Just because he had two other dudes with him, you know? And, like, I'm like, you fucking pick that up right now? And they're all, like, fucking laughing. And, like, I just fucking, like, my dad was a boxer, so like,
he fucking taught you. He taught you.
He taught me as a kid, and I had to fight off two older fucking sisters. You know, they're like, and like I fucking like punched him like so fucking hard in the fucking nose, like he went back, and like he kind of like stumbled, and I grabbed the back of his shirt and like I put it over his fucking face, and I just started fucking like bombing like on the back, like the back of his fucking head, like just like when I lose it, like I really lose it, you know, and I'm just literally just rattling,
which is crazy because like
fucking head is bouncing like a fucking ball against my fucking and like I grabbed one of the other dudes because they don't really want to fight at this point because I'm beating the shit out of their fucking leader, you know, or what the fuck it was, and like I just punched I punched one of them in the head and like just knock him out, like just fucking he just falls, you know, and the other dude like. The other dude's like, no, and I just fucking I fucking sucked him up too, you know, and I'm just like, and like the other dude is just on the floor all like fucking, like, hey, what the fuck? And that's, that's when they all separated.
That's when they all fucking started to come in and
I'm like, what the fuck, you know, where were you when this dude was in my face, you know, like he knocked my fucking food, you know, and there's, anyways, like, I guess, like, I don't know, back then I'm just like, fuck, I'm gonna get kicked out, you know. And
they take you away like they take Bruce Wayne away and fucking Batman Begins.
Like Rorschach, you're stuck in here with me. And then I was just I was in there with like, I don't know what they consider archdiocese or whatever of the school, and they're just like, what happened? And I'm like your school staff is what happened, you know, like nobody, like these guys were intimidating me and I thought they were gonna jump me, you know. So like I had to defend myself, and they're like, "Oh, all right, well, you know, they're like the other kids don't want to press charges," and I'm like, "Press charges, like let them, like I don't care, you know," and like call my fucking mom and everything, and like it was like whatever, like it wasn't even a big deal, which I was like, "Fuck, dude, I really fucked that kid up," you know, which is like I didn't even see him go for. After that, I just didn't want to go to school anymore, because I'm like these kids are gonna fucking. I obviously did the first move. They're gonna plan something out for me, you know? They're gonna fucking try, like, intimidating me somehow, or they're gonna try jumping me, you know? So, like, I was just ditching. I just wasn't going to school anymore. Like, I would...
After that day,
my mom would drop me off, and I just fucking take off.
But you
like,
never went afterwards? Else. Like, there was no day that you went
I wasn't going. Like, they...
Oh, shit.
Until, like, I would even go and, like, erase the messages, like, off the fucking phone that I wasn't going to school and shit, you know? And, like, I guess, like, I was just fucking like hanging out one time, you know, and like walking the streets, you know, and like I get pulled over by these cops and they're like, "Hey, like, what are you doing out of school?" You know, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm off," you know, like they're like, "Oh, what do you mean you're off?" And I'm like, "Come here," and I'm like, "Oh, fuck, these fuckers caught me," you know. So they're just like, I kind of just tell them like where I live and everything, you know, and like they take me to the house, to my mom's house. Like these are like cops who are just trying to like. I guess like try to like
put you on the right path.
Put me in the right path. Yeah, help me. I guess I don't know. You know, instead of like giving me a ticket or whatever, and like they're like, yeah, we found your son. He's like, and then it was all emotional, you know, because like my mom finds out I'm not going to school. She calls the school, and then like I tell the cops I'm not gonna go to school today. You know, I'm like you're gonna have to go to school. It's the law. You know. And I'm like, the law? I'm like, really? To go to fucking school? You know, where like people fucking like haze you, you know, or like you have to fucking like fight motherfuckers, you know, and they're like, oh, that's blah, blah, whatever. Like, what the fuck is this? Like a Dr. Phil fucking session, you know? Like, I'm just like, and they're like, and then like the dude got all, like the aggressive dude came in, he's like, just put him in handcuffs. So fucking take him to school like that. And they put me in handcuffs. They literally took my mom and they're like, you're going to have to, they just told my mom straight out, if he doesn't want to come here, you can't force him to go to that school. Just put him in a public school, you know? And like they took me in handcuffs to school and like everybody was like, oh fuck, these motherfuckers are convict or some shit. I had like a fucking Star Wars episode 1 t-shirt on. They're like, damn. Everyone's like, oh shit, like just looking at me, you know, in handcuffs, and I was like all fucking, my eyes all red and shit. And like we just talked to like the dude, and like they eventually they're just like, yeah, he just if your son doesn't want to come here, like I would suggest just putting him in another school, you know? And like, yeah, my mom was just like, I have to hear from her like till this day, you know, but she just doesn't understand, you know, like what it was, or like what it was for me to be there, because you can't really like stay like talk to somebody, you know, like, and have them understand that they're trying to find a better life for you, but like she doesn't understand what's happening in the background, you know, or what's going on. And yeah, she eventually put me in fucking public high school. Best experience of my life. It was a little tough getting there because I didn't know nobody. But then, I found out my cousin's going there. I found out my sister's boyfriend's fucking cousin's going there, you know? And I'm just kicking it with the seniors while they're like playing guitar, you know, in the mall area. Fucking, I'm kicking it with all the older dudes. And then when they graduate, I'm like, I'm alone again.
I'm alone again.
Yeah. And then I just hang out with my cousin, and like, he's in a different track. So sometimes I'm like, you know, so like, I'll just fucking hang out.
That's another thing too. Tracks don't exist anymore.
They don't.
I don't think they do.
Dude, I passed by that high school. Dude, it looks like it's literally like a fucking, like a gated fucking jail. Like, it looks like a prison, bro. Cause I remember we used to ditch from there. People would run through mechanics class and then jump the fucking little brick wall and like take off. And like he'd always like, he even greased it up that way like people would slip and not like jump over. Yeah, that's fucking. We could do a whole episode of just all my crazy ass high schools, but
no, that's crazy because like I went to
same shit though, dude. It's not. It's like the Wild West. Especially, it's worse in public high schools. You actually like I had to get in a few fucking rumbles with actual people who were in like gangs, and like I mean, to this day I could say I've never really like lost a fight, you know, but I never want to get in a fight. I hate fighting, you know, like
I think because you're a big guy, and then people are like, I'm gonna fuck this guy up to show him that I'm the biggest.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
It was they're just intimidate, like just try to intimidate other people and shit, you know.
It's like that one fucking in Deadpool 2, that kid just take on the biggest.
Yeah, you know, like fuck, dude. And like, it was fun. I loved it. It was damn. You know, I found myself there, you know?
Right.
I got more into music, you know? I learned fucking, my cousin handed me a fucking CD of Black Sabbath. Man, I was into, like, to this day, like, there's a lot of gatekeeping on, like, listening to music, but I always had a open mentality on everything, you know? Like, I mean, like I've said before, like, I love metal, you know? Like, I like rock. The only shit I can't stand now is like ska or like stuff like I just can't. I was so like my sisters were so into it, like me in like 6th grade, that like it was cool, you know. I like the style, like the whole rude boy with the suspenders and the shaved head thing, you know, like but like when you get older, you're just like, this is just same fucking trumpet sound and like fucking rock music and like shit over and over, like, you know, it's cool. It's like a reggae dance hall, you know, whatever. But like when I first heard like punk and metal, I'm just like, holy shit, dude. Like this shit's talking shit about like, you know, like about everything, you know? Like it's talking shit about like religion, about like authority, about
it's just
like
criticizing
capitalism.
everything that's happening.
Yeah.
You know?
And then like metal, like just talks about like it could be anything, you know, just
it could be talking about Nazis, it could be talking about fucking
war pigs, you know, like a wizards, fucking, you know, like just have a fucking anything you want, you know. And I think that's just what I fucking till this day, like I just, you know, like I listen to. I was always like a horror kid. I used to love listening to horror. That's how I got into the Misfits. Misfits have been really big part of my life because when I heard them, I read their lyrics. I'm like, dude, this is fucking badass. They got me into like horror classics, you know, like even like Japanese fucking horror rock and like punk, and like they didn't get that, but just knowing that like Danzig had played with like these other bands, and like you look at those bands and like, who are these people? You know, or you go like to the cover greatest hits of that band and you find out about all these other bands, and it's just a fucking it's just a web. It all intertwines in like basically it's all connected to like whatever you like, you know, or whatever you look up to and shit, you know. Like it's crazy how like Danzig was in that whole Misfits whole like kind of punk thing, and then he goes into his own thing, and like he goes into like completely the whole like metal scene, you know, which is, it explains to me, like, I like that. I love that, you know, because a lot of people is like, you either punk, you stick to punk, you know, and that's how it was back then. If they found out you knew metal, like, they fucking call you a poser, you know, or like you listen to other shit. It's like, I always hated that kind of shit, you know, even though you're still kind of like, oh, that is kind of like, that guy is a poser, you know, but it's just like that whole gatekeeping shit is just like, it's, in the end, when you grow older, you're just like, man, I can't believe that you're that type of person, you know? Like, I just believe now, like, growing older, like, listen where the fuck you want. If it brings, like, tears to your eyes, it's more heartfelt, you know? If you love it, you know? If doesn't let anybody, like, nobody fucking make you think otherwise. Music is music, you know? Like, it's there for a reason. It's created and, you know, it's made with a passion that, like, that molds you basically in the end.
Do you feel the same way about pop?
Like it just doesn't interest me, you know. Like it's not like if
No,
people,
I'm like that thought.
oh,
of
if
like
people
music,
like it,
no,
yeah.
if music is like, you know, like what you said about, like, you know.
What do you mean pop though?
Because
Like, what do you mean?
like on a personal level, I feel like pop for the most part ends up being like a very
hated, like,
not necessarily hated, to me, at least my perception of what pop music is. I'm not saying that it's not enjoyable.
yeah, because pop music it just means what's on, like,
what's on the fucking radio.
yeah,
and shit
what's
like
on
that,
the radio, but like that could be a lot of things, you know.
Yeah, it could be a lot of things, but like I think like for the most part,
like mainstream, you mean like mainstream pop?
I think it's like all a fabrication just to kind of like sell it. Do you get me?
I mean, I never really gotten into any like pop like band, so like I just don't understand it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't. It's just not my taste. Like,
because it's like it's music that's clearly created, or at least to me, I'll say that from my perspective, I think pop music is clearly created just to sell. You get me? It's a product. It's not necessarily.
Well, yeah. I mean, it also depends on like who they get to. Like,
mm-hmm.
if it's just like five guys going up there and like singing something that somebody else wrote, you know, and like it's basically just put up there to make money off of all these fucking kids because it sounds good, then like fuck that, you know.
Because like, I think of the story of that
right?
of that one band called the Management, or MGMT. That's basically what they wanted to do.
Oh yeah,
it was literally just we're gonna make pop music and music that's gonna be fucking like being listened by everyone, and that's literally what it was. And don't get me wrong, their music is fucking phenomenal. It sounds good and stuff like that. But ultimately, that's what it was. That was the product, and we fucking consumed it.
It's just like it's puppeteering, you know, like with people's fucking I guess interest, you know.
Yeah,
but I mean, if you're into that shit, then you're into it, you know? Like, yeah. It sounds good to you. You enjoy it.
I was gonna say, like, I think that's one of the problems with
me. In other words, like, if like, what the fuck is this? You know? But I mean, it's just, if you don't like it, you just don't like it. You know? Like, it's just, you don't have to really talk mad shit about it.
Mm-hmm. One of the things that I think about when it comes to art is the fact that it's really difficult to, like, the best art comes from struggle, right? It comes from moments of struggle where you are living in an oppressive situation, or maybe it's your mental state that's very oppressive to you and stuff like that. And it's like literally the best art comes from that. And then once you start to perverse it and start to add like a monetary kind of value to it, or like a pressure for it to perform and to bring in metrics and stuff like that, I feel like that's when it kind of starts losing its, like, I guess, intrinsic value, I guess you could say, not necessarily like its monetary value.
I mean, it depends, you know, from its original aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Because like if you have the people who are writing music and like it's just fucking, you know, hell yeah, you know, this guy knows how to fucking, like, this is what I'm feeling like fuck, you know, like, let's say, you know, oh, like the song I Come Blood, you know, like by Cannibal Corpse. Let's put that in instance. Like, fuck yeah, I fucking love that song, you know, like I want to come out of blood, you know, like out of my dick one day, like honestly, you listen to like death metal because it's fucking hard, you know, like dude, they're singing that shit up there, fucking like a fucking monster, you know, you're just like, what the fuck, what's going on, you know, and like you see fucking Corpse Grinder with this fucking thick ass neck and shit, just fucking helicoptering his fucking hair up there like Nathan Explosion.
Yeah.
And just like, fuck yeah, this is fucking sick, you know? Like, I like that shit, you know? I mean, the art is art, you know? Like,
Yeah.
he's talking about a guy who's shooting blood out of his dick. But I mean, it sounds and it's fucking, it's badass.
What's the story behind that song though? Wasn't it like that he ended up having like some sort of fucking?
I don't think there is a story behind it.
You don't think so?
No, it's just crazy. Just
crazy
edgy,
lyrics,
like fucking death metal, like just like, you know. I mean, maybe he had, you know, a UTI at one point, and like,
it got too bad to the point where
he's like, struggling to piss. Like, fuck yeah, I've been there.
fucking Hank Hill with his narrow urethra and shit.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh God. Have you seen the newer stuff? From
Yeah, I actually have. I've watched like a fucking like probably like 5 or 6 episodes.
I've
Do you dig it?
I've gone up to episode 5 and it's like this is pretty much what I wanted. It's like I
Yeah.
didn't want it to change or anything
I
of that
fucking
sort.
love it, dude.
It's so good, dude.
I like it because there's like fucking Bobby's an adult, dude, and then you're like, what the fuck? This is crazy.
I kind of wish that show like that was running during my fucking like 20s or something like that, you know?
It's
or
really
like,
good.
and it's like
It's great to see them coming back like that too.
yeah.
Even though it's like a Hulu like fucking exclusive, it's still fucking great, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Mike Judge fucking is a fucking, what did you call? He's prodigy, man. He's just he's done so much good fucking great like things in this world. Shows, movies, you know?
Yeah. No, I think like overall like, he fucking did a good job with it too. It was just like, dude, it's the same. You haven't changed. You modernized it, but like it's not even like you changed it to the point where like you.
You bring like present problems into it now,
exactly.
which
That's
is
the thing.
even
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. And it's crazy like when he's complaining about how he has to fucking go up a mile just to make a U-turn to get into the alley and shit. I think it was in like an episode 1 or 2.
Oh
when he does
yeah,
that. And he's noticing the neighborhood changing and shit. And I'm like,
yeah, because Dell became fucking governor, right? Or was it?
Like, he was the mayor, I think, for like 24 hours or something like that. I'm like, what? That is a typical
That
fucking.
shit's funny. He's like,
And I
well,
like-
so this jerk, could you get rid of these signs? I couldn't even have to go all the fucking way.
Oh God. Oh, yeah, this is like it's crazy. I'm
It's funny, dude, because that first episode, what's his name? What's the fat one's name?
Bill.
Bill.
Oh,
Damn, that
dude.
fucker was all fucking 600-pound life. And then he loses weight like in the next episode.
The next episode and shit like that.
I'm like, no way. And it's
That's
all
crazy.
because they moved away.
Yeah. No, it was COVID too. Because COVID happened around that time too. He was like, yeah, there was no reason for me to go outside, so I just left the window open. Dude, that's crazy. That like, I still have to finish it because like it's definitely, I don't know. I find myself nowadays where like, in order for me to like watch a show, I have to kind of be in the mood to it.
Yeah.
To like sit down and watch something. And then if I do sit down, it's because I'm gonna fucking like for the most part end up like binge watching it.
It's hard to binge watch shit for me now. It's like I just get, I don't know if it's just because of the state of just, you know, just being fucking like on the phone.
Yeah.
And just tired, you know, from work, and just it's just hard to just sit there, you know, and just fucking watch something. But like I'll eventually go like 2-3 episodes on something, you know. Like I was watching like Kaiju number 8, and when there was like 6 episodes, but I only went through like 3 of them. And then I was watching Dan Dan as well, and like I don't know, it was something was going up with that show or something. Like I heard something like people talking smack about it or something, but like
How
I
caught up are
enjoy
you
that.
on it?
I stopped watching it when that band was gonna try and exercise the.
That was the
didn't-
problem, is because the band that played in not the band itself, but like that the fictional band that was like in
Yeah.
it was like it was too similar to a Japanese band that
Oh, that's what it was.
I mean, I think they're under Sony or something like that. And so then Sony's lawyers got in contact with like the lead singer
What?
or
Is that
something.
what happened? Wow.
And they were telling him like, "Hey, this could be potentially a problem." And the people from the anime were like, "Yeah, we were just kind of playing homage to them. Like, it's not
Yeah.
necessarily trying to like kind of like, you know." But the song sounds very similar to one of their songs.
Oh,
And
that's
so
where they kind of fucked up.
That's
then.
where they kind of fucked up in that regard. And then, like the studio was apologizing because like we didn't expect it to be this kind of
such
like
of a big deal. Yeah.
such of a big deal, because really it's not like we're trying to steal it from them. It was just that we're trying to give a homage to them.
And what sucks in Japan is I don't know if they have parody laws. So
Oh, I didn't realize that.
yeah, because we have parody
Yeah,
laws
we
here in
do.
the States, but just imagine, they probably weren't thinking about that.
But if you're doing a
It's
parody,
not
does
really
that
a
mean that
big
you
deal out there, though, but
do you have to ask for permission to do a parody?
no.
No. Because Weird Al Yankovic always like fucking he always asks for permission, I think.
You can. That way the person who you're parodying or what you're doing doesn't like kind of has something coming into it.
Yeah.
But like look at South Park.
I mean, that is true.
Like they don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah.
But they've gotten so big and they're lawyered up to the point where like they have advisors. Like they have a lawyer.
Yeah, that's telling them
They
like, hey,
tell them what they can't do. They're gonna do more shit with like all the shit that they're doing now, but like they had to kind of like oh yeah, you can't. You have to put eyes on the dick.
I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised that they were able to get away with the first episode, like the stuff that happened at the end of that episode.
Yeah, they didn't want to make his little peepee a little character. They just wanted to show it like that. They eventually had to.
Well, I
make
mean, they
it a
fucking showed it.
character.
They showed the cartoon version
Yeah,
of
I
it,
know,
basically, and
but-
it's like the tiniest little fucking thing.
Yeah, but like that whole like real version.
And that
of
was
him
AI.
And
That was AI.
It wasn't.
The face was AI.
Oh, it was.
Like they actually did have a man naked, like fucking
Yeah,
walking
yeah,
into
yeah.
them, but they AI'd his face on that man.
They actually, you know what? You can't give them shit about AI because they've been fucking with that for decades.
I mean,
They're actually gonna do. They're working with somebody. I forgot who. On a complete like whole AI like project.
on the topic of AI, have you heard about these people that are fucking like using AI as like their therapists? They're using
Oh,
ChatGPT
man.
as their therapist and shit like that.
Dude, you're talking to somebody who fucking August 29th, fucking what is it called? Terminator 2 where the AI becomes sentient. And it was this year too. August 29th, is it 2025? Or what is the company called?
Skynet.
Skynet. Yeah. It becomes
Sentient?
self-aware.
Self-aware and shit.
It's gonna happen.
That's
gonna
crazy,
happen,
dude.
bro. Bro, there's people fucking so fucking like scared of AI because these are smart motherfuckers who write books about it. Have been writing books about it. And like people don't understand like this shit is calculating shit that humans can't.
I think for now, as long as we don't allow it to develop any more than what it is already, I think we're in the safe zone. But the moment that you start pushing to try to get it to be more smart, more fucking individual thinking and stuff like that, I think that's where it starts to kind of like.
I don't know about the whole like fucking rise of the robots and like AI just launching nukes because it finds us irrelevant. I think AI is just gonna be like, why did you even like bring me into this world, and like literally just like shoots itself in the fucking
He grabs
And it's
a
just
gun.
like, it's getting dark. Goodbye. And just damn, they just EMP like the fucking world and just like just start off of nothing, dude. And I'll be like, that's like one of my theories.
Imagine though. No, yeah, like
man.
I personally don't think that. I think that we're a long ways from that point if it does get to that point. But like, I think the major problem that AI brings into the table right now is a destabilization of jobs, dude.
I mean, that's what they're aiming for.
Yeah.
They're just, I mean,
and the thing is, it's like it's the greed of companies that are trying to like cut costs on labor that are basically pushing for this this technology to.
I mean,
to
I don't know
further.
if I've sent you those things, but what Guillermo del Toro says is like it's not art. It's not art at all.
Oh, absolutely not. No,
It's
AI.
not, you can't.
Anybody who fucking like who uses AI to create art and then try to like say that this is legitimate art? No, absolutely not.
No, like,
No.
There's nothing behind it. It's
No.
just numbers.
You're
you know?
giving it
like,
prompts to push a vision. It's like it's the equivalent of you telling someone to draw you something, but the thing is like this is literally just all fucking generated with no fucking emotion or anything of that sort. It's literally just doing what you're telling it to do.
It's just a amalgamation of just
Yeah.
numbers and things that you teach it, and by teaching it, you have to share like existent like fucking like existent reality,
Yeah.
which is present art, you know, and all it is just manipulation.
It's basically just copying things from existing art and just placing them, basically making a fucking collage.
There's nothing behind it. There's
Yeah, it's
nothing
making-
behind it.
yeah.
Not even for the creator. Like
Yeah.
it has not like it has like it's just like those Bigfoot videos that I just see people just fucking getting like all fucking like into, and like, dude, I don't find this like, yeah, it might be a little funny, but it's just like, what the fuck? It's just the same video over and over, you know, and it's just
Mhm.
like, and I just I don't know, like, it may be helping like certain aspects of like, you know, I would say like when you're having trouble like drawing or something, you know, AI can help you like just some sort of thing, you know, when you're working on a project, but like in the end, you know, it's just a cheap,
I think it could-
cheap shortcut, you know.
I think it could be like a good fucking tool to use for like to help you with research, maybe
and
like
medical.
or something like that.
Yeah.
But as far as like it like being a tool to create something, like I don't.
Bro,
think so.
AI could literally find a cure for cancer, you know? If you give it all of our health fucking like digital information, it's gonna eventually be like, hey, you know, it's gonna put his little tin hat on, and it's gonna be like, you know, like cancer, like it's just an easy curable thing, you know. All you have to, you know, all of a sudden, oh shit, like AI's turned against humanity, you know, like fuck, dude.
Shut down the internet.
Like that's
Shut
the
down
type of shit
internet.
I'm seeing in the future, you know, like, we can't let that go out, you know. It's like, I don't know, AI is good and bad. It could be good and bad, you know. It's just when it comes to art or like literature, it's gonna turn everyone to a Neanderthal in the end, you know, because a lot of people were using ChatGPT to get their degrees, bro.
They're using to fucking cheat and
in
fucking,
medical school.
Yeah. I think
You really want a fucking doctor who's just literally ChatGPT'd all of his fucking like his projects and fucking tests, bro? It's fucking.
we're all gonna be like the fucking fat people in fucking
Yeah, it's
what you call
Idiocracy.
it?
That's
No,
all
not
it's
not
in-
idiocracy. I was gonna talk about that.
Wally.
Wally, yeah, we're all gonna be fucking like just basically that. We're already getting to that point where we're tablet babies, basically. We have a generation of tablet like, kids, you know,
Yeah.
and then our generation was basically in the middle where
fuck out, dude. I told you, right? We're at Universal Studios one time. This baby little girl, barely learning how to walk. Fucking just watching fucking Peppa Pig, and she knew how to skip all the ads, bro. Just a little finger. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know why, but it freaked me out, bro. I I was just like, damn, she knows how to skip the fucking ads already. And they're like, yeah, she's like, I'm like, wow. And the family was Indian too. They're from India.
Oh shit.
Yeah, little girl was just. I'm like, damn, that little girl's gonna be fucking. It could go either way. Like,
It can actually. Now, like when you think about it,
super fucking smart, you know, like just becomes like I don't know, manufactures like the next big fucking like iTab whatever, or fucking just glued to a fucking screen to the rest of her goddamn life, letting her poor little
fucking brain rot,
life rot away.
Yeah, it's fucking. I don't know, dude. It feels so uncertain, and it feels like we're going downhill right now with everything that's going on, as far as like the technological advancements and how our society, for the most part, is like, or at least here in the States, I feel like we're finding it hard to just like try to get involved with our like real life stuff or just like life in general, and then we're looking for some sort of relief and we find it through generative content.
And these times are making it really hard for you to do that, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's just I think everybody's feeling it, man. Like it's just been it's hard to be a fucking American, you know? It's hard to fucking see what's going on and it's hard to ignore it. Like I've gotten to the point where like I do my research, but I'm fucking like I get so fucking tired of like just seeing this shit. Like it just it affects me. Like it affects my health, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, what can I do, like to just try to better the world now, you know? And it's just like sometimes you just gotta wait it out, or you gotta, you know, go out there and like whenever you can and just try to show them what, you know. Not let history repeat itself.
Yeah.
And the bestest way is I'm trying to say, you know, whether it's through like protest or, you know, like through just passing laws, like through organized democracy, you know, because we're tired of, you know, Democrats, we're tired of Republicans, we're tired of just this whole fucking system, you know. It's not either right or left. That's how we got here, you know? And we gotta find a better, you know, it reminds me at the end of the Mars attacks when like they're all there, like, you know, like the fucking, they're all just rising from the ashes, you know,
Yeah.
people, everything's just like, we just need to start from scratch, you know, maybe, you know, maybe it won't work, but I mean, if other countries are doing it better.
Do you feel do you feel like the whole system needs to go down in order for it to for us to build something?
I really don't.
Out of it, because you know how like there's certain people that really do feel like the system needs to go down, or
history is made for us to learn, you know?
Yeah.
Like we've done bad things. History always repeats itself.
Yeah.
It's always the same shit, but eventually when like everything just comes together, like shit's gonna change. It always does. You know, humanity always overcomes like these bad times. Like I haven't lost hope in that. And it's good because people, like I've seen people out there like all different cultures and races, and they all getting together. Like even people who are rooting for like the worst things ever are actually like now seeing like, holy shit, you know, like really did fuck up, you know, this isn't good. You know, why? Because the same fucking system, the same democracy, the same fucking, you know, has lied for us for since the dawn of man.
Mm-hmm.
That's not gonna end. It's like Lemmy said, every politician's a fucking liar.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They're always gonna lie. He's like, name me one politician who's never lied. There's none. None of them exist. Life eventually, like I don't want to sound Jurassic Park, but it's like I say, life finds a way, you know, like
Yeah.
humans will eventually like evolve into kind of like a better fuck, I don't know how to say it, like a kind of like a better way of life, you know?
Yeah. Well, people will eventually just like look to better themselves, like once they see the lows and everything like that. But yeah, it's
Everyone knows about dystopian societies, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like, you really want that to happen? Like, we have movies and literature, everything that keeps us from learning from, like, letting that ever happen.
But you know what? I think one of the things is like, especially here in America, like, I think we never like we take things for granted. We take a lot of things for granted here, I think, because I never expected it to reach to this point because I thought that there was like safety nets that would stop it from getting to this point. You know? That's why when COVID was happening, I was like, it's not going to be that bad. It's just going to be like, you know, like fucking like the swine flu, you know, they always, every year they come up with something new that it's supposed to be like a big thing. And COVID happens and, you know, it fucking shuts down our whole fucking, our way of life, you know.
That was one of the lowest moments of my life when the pandemic was announced.
Yeah.
I lost everything. I got fired
Yeah.
from my job. I had nothing. I had no safety net. Everything I had. I always do it to help my family and my mom and my dad was sick at the time, and to help my mom out. And I was literally working like 3 jobs, like taking care of my dad, helping my mom. I was working there, you know, and I was just fucking selling shit, you know, and I had my own like fucking online store and I was just doing everything. I was just so fucking open, like to everything. But when you lose your what is it called? Your main line of income, you know, it feels like something inside you dies, you know. That shit fucking almost killed me, man. Like I'm like, what am I gonna do, you know? Like fuck.
It's
I mean, like, it was really personal for me because I'm like, damn, like this company left me for dead, you know, like, fuck. Thankfully, like our system actually had some safety nets for us for that, you know.
But that only lasted for like 6 months, dude.
And then they asked for a huge chunk back, you know, which sucked.
And there was a bunch of people that had money that could have fucking weathered all of this. Who were like,
yeah, a lot of people took advantage of
that
well.
shit. You get me? Like that's another thing too, because like I mean, there were a lot of loans that were given out to businesses that really didn't need the loans, you know,
and they took advantage of it too.
Mm-hmm. Even some of the politicians ended up taking some of those loans, dude, and that's another thing too. It's just like okay,
and celebrities,
yeah, and stuff like that. Like so, but I mean, like, you can't get rid of a social safety net or even like a safety net just because there are going to be people that abuse it. You get me? Because it's like the overall benefit, the net benefit that people who need it get outweighs the abuse from like the very small people that abuse the system. You get me? Or at least that's the way that I see it. Because you know how like when they talk about like reducing like fucking SNAP benefits or reducing fucking Medicare, Medi-Cal and stuff like that. It's like, dude, no, you can't do that. Like, because what just happened recently with the whole fucking bill that they just released, you know, where they're saying is like, oh, do you want people to like, you want the 35 or whatever, the 25-year-old to be like sitting at home playing games and getting all these benefits? It's like, dude, even if they are, which is like, who's like, it's very like a small fucking percentage.
It's all about money in the end,
dude.
bro.
It's all about moving that fucking system into a privatized system so that the companies
it's just to make the richer richer.
Exactly. It's funneling our tax money
powerful.
into
that shit doesn't last forever though, dog. You know, like I mean, you could see it happen in history over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
You could be the richest motherfucker, you know, but you could be the sickest fucking dog in the world as well. And like, it's like I tell my mom, I know I always sound like fucking, I know it's one thing that like, I'm be superstitious, but karma's a fucking bitch, bro. And if there's something that I can like live and like believe, is like that shit exists. Karma fucking exists, man. Cause I see it every fucking day of my life. I've seen it through my whole fucking life. People get the fucking shit end of it in the end. Whether it's good or bad, you could die rich and powerful, It doesn't, man. It doesn't matter. Everybody has their fucking number, you know?
Everybody has their day where they're yeah.
Everybody has their number, bro. Trust me. I mean, that may not sound like something, but I know, like, I love evil shit, but, like, good always conquers over evil.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what. There's always going to be somebody standing up for the better, for the best, you know? There might be some casualties, and there always is, but, you know, that's the type of thinking that I've always grown up to, like, just believe and motivate. Like, I kind of motivate myself with. I mean, you see it in movies, you know, like Star Wars, you know, you see it in Lord of the Rings, you know, you see it in like every fucking like Japanese anime, you know.
Yeah.
So even though sometimes it's pretty kind of crazy. I don't know about Evangelion. I mean,
I don't think there were any winners in that one, motherfucker.
I mean, but eventually, I mean, the angels do all kind of cleanse the world of, you know, the evil and shit, but. Like even Godzilla, you know, that fucker turns good. Sometimes he's not an asshole all the time.
Damn. I think this is a good spot to leave it at. We're almost
yeah.
at
I
the
wish
2
I
hour.
could. I'm always just fucking I'm a rambling.
No.
Doofus,
Overall, I think
you know?
this is really good. I mean, like that was the whole purpose of this episode, to kind of get a little bit more about you and your perception of things and stuff like that. A little bit more personal, I guess, too, as well. Because I don't feel like we get to do that in the other side.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
We're just like 3 squealing pigs when like
Yeah,
they let the
pretty
food
much,
out.
yeah.
But I mean, I dig that shit, you know, like, but yeah, but I dig this, you know, like I fucking hope you can do some more things and shit with it, you know.
Definitely,
Maybe find a title.
That's well. I'm still going through some stuff. I'm not going with the original title that I pitched in.
Yeah, I mean,
earlier.
take your time, bro.
But,
you know, like
like,
eventually you come up with it.
I'm trying
and then
to.
you'll be like, oh shit, that's it. You know.
Yeah. I'm first. I want to get a couple of episodes already like done, or at least not like recorded, and then so that I can edit them and then just kind of release them bit by bit, or just release them all in one sitting. Like kind of do like a season, if that makes sense, like a Netflix style where I release it all in once. I'm still not sure what to do.
Just like couch talk, you know? Like
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's what it is. But is there anything you want to plug in or anything for?
No, I mean everybody knows like my plugins already. Like I'm gonna start actually streaming a lot more often now. You know, like I kind of got that whole weight off of me where I feel kind of comfortable like just being in a room with myself, like having fun. You know. So you could check out my YouTube channel. I just got verified on Instagram.
Oh, nice.
I got this. They hooked me up with this cool deal. Of course, I'm not gonna be paying $15 a month, but like they really. I don't know if it's for other people who have like a following, but like they basically hooked me up, and like a couple of months with that, it'd be like $1 or some shit like that. I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it. After that, I'm not gonna pay for that shit.
Oh yeah,
you know?
obviously, yeah, definitely.
But, yeah, I like Instagram's my thing, you know. Like I like it.
That's one of the things
I don't
that
have
like,
a Facebook.
Yeah, I have to commend you for that, because I think that your presence on Instagram and everything that you've done in Instagram has been very, very good. I think so. Like you're consistent on it. You're very like on it. I feel like you.
Yeah, that's what I'm on. Like if you really want to get a hold of me, you know.
Yeah.
But I really want to start doing a lot more on my YouTube channel as well, you know, because I'm still getting like thousands of fucking views, you know, when you get
definitely.
those monthly reviews. And I appreciate everybody who just even sits down for a minute and like just watches one of my fucking unboxing or like one of my streams, you know. It's like it means the world to me, man. Like I just do it for fun, you know.
Yeah.
That's like my hobby basically. But yeah, I mean, just those 2 plugs are like basically it. I'm hardly ever on. I'm not on Twitter. Like,
what is the handle so that people...
My handle is SithKill308. I'm kind of thinking of kind of like changing it, but for now, that's what it's been for fucking decades. You know,
it's like you don't want to fucking like screw
I know
up.
It's it's kind of awkward, but I've always been kind of a nerd with that. But Yeah, that's about it, man.
All right. That's it for this episode. Don't have anything to plug in yet, but I'll probably add it in post. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and listening to our conversation. And I hope you guys have a good one.
Dig it, man. Have a good one.
Intro-outro song is Wah Game Loop by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0, http://creativecommons.org/licenses/by/4.0/